Hi guys, long time no see. Yeah, I'm back. I was just looking at my old videos actually on my channel and thinking, God, it's been nearly like 3 months since I've done. I think it has been 3 months since I've done the last video, and I'm so sorry. Life has just been manic, hectic, like everyone else's. So today is just kind of a little update on where I am on my journey, I suppose some people call it. On life in general. I was going to do a little video not long ago, but then I had motorbike. That's what it's like living on a main street in southeast London, um, all up and down all the time, along with sirens. So yeah, I've had a busy 3 months. Last time I spoke to you guys, it was my sister's birthday. My sister who passed away, um, and it was a hard time. It was just a lot to deal with at once. I'd also just then been offered a new job with my company that I'm with. God, I say I'm a lot. I just realise that sometimes. I Again with the fucking bikes. Shut the fuck up. So back to it. I've started a new job. I work for a cleaning company. I've been working for them for prior to my sister's passing. So it's been about nearly 3 years, I'd say. I was just doing some private cleaning with them, and now I was offered a job with them doing recruitment, and I really do think it couldn't have come at a better time. I do think that it's definitely pushed me now. To get me back into a normal routine, because so many times people have said to me, you just got to go back to work, and you've got to go back to your life, and you've got to get back into your routine, because that's what helps you sort of normalize things, and it does help you get on. And I know, as well as having my daughter, that just getting back into doing the school runs and things like that, it just gives you something else to focus on. You're not ever going to forget about anything. You can't. I think about my sister, I would say at least every 15 minutes. Something pops into my head and reminds me of her. Or when I get anxious and panicky, it stems from what happened to her. So yeah, I think about her literally like nearly 24/7, I'd say. Um, so, just getting back into that routine is brilliant. So yeah, I've started a new job, and it's actually really really scary for someone who does suffer with anxiety and panic attack disorders, because I drive around a lot, and I don't know if I've mentioned, I'm sure I have in videos in the past, that for a long time I couldn't drive after I sort of got my panic attacks and my anxiety going, because I was just terrified of going out alone. I was also terrified of something happening to me while I was driving. Um, so it took me a long time to drive, and it took me a long time to drive on my own. And now my job is actually driving all around London, all around Essex. I mean, I live in southeast London, and if you're a Londoner yourself, you know that even though you're a Londoner, London is huge. So I live in southeast, and there is obviously northwest and northwest, northeast, southwest. God, scatterbrains today. And London is huge, and there's so many parts of London that I've never even been to. And so I have to drive around places a lot like North London, which is sort of like Edmonton, Enfield, Tottenham. I also have to drive over in Essex, which is really lovely actually. I like the fact I'm going around and seeing all these different locations. For example, yesterday I went to Romford. Um, I then went to Hornchurch, Basildon, Brentwood, Thurrock. I went everywhere in the space of 3 or 4 hours, and it's good because I really do have something to focus on. And even though it's totally scary, and I have had a bit of an anxiety, I'd say, because there is a difference between anxiety and panic attacks, and I'd say it was more of an anxiety attack the first time I drove sort of out to Enfield way, because from my house it's about an hour. So, being an anxious person and worried about going too far, and, home being my safe place, driving an hour away on my own is quite scary. Um, so I am really proud of myself that I've done that. I mean, I have had terrible sort of outbursts around my partner from anxiety and things, but you know, he's cool and he's there and he's helped me through it. Um, because I think it is just talking to yourself and telling yourself that you know you can do it. You can do it. You know, if you want to do something, you can do it. And a lot, I mean, so many times being anxious and panicky, you do sit there and say to yourself, I can't do it. I can't do this today, I can't do it, no, I can't. And I think if you actually do really sit there and tell yourself and talk to yourself, because I talk to myself, and I know people are going to say it's the first sign of craziness, but I think if you do sit there and just talk to yourself and say, you know what, I can do it, I am doing this, I'm going to drive there, I'm probably going to cry on the way, I'm probably going to panic, I'm probably going to have to do my breathing while I'm driving, which I do every single time I drive, but I'm going to get there. And the thing is, as soon as I'm there and I interview people, I didn't even just tell you what I do I? I drive all over London and Essex, interviewing people, interviewing new applicants for cleaning jobs. And I'm literally with them for about 20 minutes, so it's not too hard, although sometimes I can do 3 or 4 in a day. But it's good because it's good money, so I feel like I am putting a bit more worth into my family unit now, because for a long time I wasn't working after what happened with my sister due to my anxiety and panic, and I sort of thought to myself, what is the point of me? Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm hardly taking care of my daughter properly on my own. I'm not going out. I'm not socialising. I'm not working. So what the fuck is the point? What am I doing? And I think you do get to that point where you think, what is the point? What is the point of anything? What is the point of going out and having fun and spending your money and having a drink with your mates and laughing and working? And what's the fucking point? And when you actually sit there and think about it, it's life. That is life. The life is to sit there and get on with it and enjoy yourself. And, you know, we are only here once, and that's the fucking way it is. And it is horrible when you sit there and think about the realisation of things sometimes, like what happened with my sister, and how easily life can just be taken away from you. And it's terrifying, and it's really, really sad. And, you know, you don't know. You don't know what is ever going to happen to you. So you do have to live your life. I'm getting emotional now, I'm sorry. You do have to live your life and get on. And for a long time, I think I heard someone on a TV programme once. Oh, I think it was George Shelley. He used to be in a band, in X Factor. God, I can't remember. Union J, that was it. That was the band. And his sister passed away from a freak accident. I think he said that they was out one night and she stepped off the road and nearly got run over by a car because she was drunk coming out of a club or something, and she fell backwards and smacked her head on the pavement, and she passed away. And she was so young. I think she was like 17 or 18. And there was a program. It's a really good program, actually, if you get to watch it. I think I've mentioned it before. It was on BBC iPlayer a long time ago, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was George Shelley, and it was him talking about his sister's death. And I really did sort of get a lot of things he was saying, and a lot of it I thought about myself. And he was saying how he didn't see the point in anything anymore. And I remember when it first happened, and I was walking around, I think, Bluewater shopping centre with my partner around Christmas time, and I remember looking at people shopping and buying things, and I honestly remember just zoning out and thinking to myself, what the fuck is the point? Like, I remember thinking, like, what is the point of buying new clothes, and what is the point of this, and what is the point of that? And I had no interest in anything. I had no interest in going out, and, you know, me and my sister were quite similar, and we were the type of people that, you know, just went out and bought new clothes and bought new tops and bought new shoes and got your nails done and your hair done. We loved our makeup and anything pink and glittery, and I got to the point where I was like, what's the fucking point of all of that? Like, if you're just gonna die, what's the point? What's the point of buying new clothes? Because when you die, someone's just got to fucking sort them out and take them to a charity shop. So what's the fucking point? And the thing is, now I realise you are only here once, and, you know, I get them people that, you know, you get them sort of elderly people that say to you, they spend their money on absolute shit, and people go like, oh, why are they spending their money on that? Why are they spending their money on that? And they go like, well, you can't take it with you. People always say that. They say you can't take your money with you, so why not? And I totally get that now. Like, I have no fucking savings, and I literally just spend my money on shit, or I spend it on my daughter, and we take our kid places. I hardly spend money on myself anymore. I used to always get my hair done and my nails done. Look at my nails. They are rotten to shit. I haven't had fake nails in such a long time. I used to get my nails done like every month. Not just because now I can't afford it, but just I used to just do that. And I used to get my hair cut all the time. My God, look how long my hair has grown. If you have a look in my previous videos, you will see. Although I'm getting it cut because my partner's got his cousin's wedding in a couple of weeks, so I need to get it cut. But look at the state of it. Like, that's just not what's important to me anymore. What's important to me is spending my money on my daughter and letting her have a great life and a great, setting her up for the future. She has got a little savings account. But yeah, it's just, I really did familiarise myself with that programme. So if you get a chance to watch it, anyone who's lost a sibling or anything, they do talk about losing people in general, but if you actually watch it, a lot of it is based around losing a sibling. And I mean, you have to watch things like that, and you have to hear other people's stories just to normalise yourself, because for a long time, I think you do think to yourself, even sometimes now, I think to myself, it's no one knows how I'm feeling. No one knows what I'm going through. I'm going through this all on my own, and the amount of times people can say, "Oh, I want to help you, I understand, and I support you," and you just think, well, you fucking can't, because you don't know how I feel, and you've not been through it. And the thing is, there are people who've been through it, and there are people that have been through so much worse. Like people who have lost, three or four of their children, and their mum and their dad and their friends all in the same 6 months or something, and it's awful. It really is. And you've got to try so hard not to be a bloody victim, and not to sort of, feel bad for yourself. Because, I mean, when I actually think about it, in the last sort of 3 years, I think it is, 3 years, I've lost my nan, and then my sister, and then my granddad, and then my partner lost his great uncle at the beginning of this year, who he was really, really close to. And actually, the reason I didn't upload a video a couple of weeks ago when I said I was going to is because recently I've just lost my great uncle. And although we weren't a close family, when my sister passed away, I actually, myself personally, become really close with that side of my family, because they're my dad's side, who we've never really been that close with. And even at one point, we lived sort of a 5-minute walk from each other years ago, and we still never ever saw each other. And it's just about everyone making that effort. And I've actually become really close with that side of my family, and it is really sad. And I remember I just said to my partner the other day, like, you do get them days where you feel fucking bad for yourself, and you feel down on yourself, and you think, fuck me, like, can anything else happen? Like, in the last 3 years, we've lost like 5 people between us, like, and it's always around the same time. My nan passed away in the September of 2016. My sister passed away in October 2017. My granddad passed away in August 2018, and now my great uncle's passed away in August 2019. It's just like, this fucking time of year is shit. Like, it's absolutely shit, and it does get you down, and you think, like, it's fucking too much. But I mean, I'm dreading the funeral, and I know it sounds terrible, but it's just because it's the place that I think of where I had to say goodbye to my sister, and it's awful. It really is awful, and it's hard. But you do have to sort of say, fucking pack it in, Jode, and get on with it, because it's life, and it's hard. And there's always someone going through so much worse than you. We have to try our hardest to feel lucky that we are here. We are here, and we're living our lives, and I'm living my life, and I have to do that. My sister would never want me to sort of just fucking give up, and it's been nearly 2 years, and I feel like I'm just getting my life back on track a little bit. Sorry, I'm getting upset. I'm just getting my life back on track, and I do feel really proud of myself that, I mean, I've been through, not just me, my partner and my mum and my dad, and we've been through such a horrible couple of years. But I do truly have to give myself credit for the fact that I've tried so fucking hard to get on and to be okay again. And I feel like now I'm just getting there. And I would never have got here without the support of, especially the support of my partner. I mean, we've been through some shit in the last couple of years, honestly, like, and just at each other's throats, and my emotions being all over the place, and taking it out on him, and him not being able to cope sometimes. And it's hard, especially when you've got a little 6-year-old in the middle of it all, and you try so hard not to do anything in front of her, because you can't shield her from the shit. But at the end of the day, if I get a bit upset in front of her, I have to pack it in, and I have to keep it down, because she's 6, and a little 6-year-old doesn't want to see her mum and dad upset all the time. She doesn't want to see her mum upset. You know, I can't remember my mum ever being upset when I was young, and I'm sure she was. She had went through a lot, you know, so it's hard. But yeah, so bit of an update on me. God, I've been going 15 minutes. I've got to pack it in now. But how good is my camera, can I just say? I've finally got a decent fucking phone and a decent camera and decent storage. This is I got the same phone as my partner because I've always been an iPhone girl, and it just weren't working for me, the price of the contract. So this is a Huawei Pro 20. Hey Huawei, but look, I'm not being funny. Look how clear. I mean, you can see all my imperfections, shit, but look how clear it is. It's wicked. So I'm glad I've got a new phone. You know, I am doing good in my life at the moment. I'm doing okay. I'm not really avoiding too many situations because of anxiety. I'm going out okay. I'm doing things on my own. I'm not questioning. You know, I used to second guess every time I walked out of the door, even to go and do the school run or to go down and get a fucking loaf of bread or something. I used to question, oh, what if, fucking silly things your mind think of when you're anxious, like, oh, what if I cross the road and get run over? What if I fucking have a heart attack on the way to the shop? And fuck me, it's just that things happen, things can happen in life, but you really do need to push through it. And I guess when I'm actually thinking of the point of my channel originally was to sort of look back on my videos and see how far I've come, because I never thought I'd ever feel better. I never thought I'd be able to go out again. I never thought I'd drive again. I never thought I would. There was a point where I'm not, you know, I didn't even know how I would get on. I didn't know how I was going to get on. I used to sit there and think, you know, everyone says to you, it will get better, and you think, how is it going to get better? It's not ever going to get better. And you know what, life has got better, but my ways of handling things have certainly got better, and that's what's helping me push through, and that's what's making life enjoyable again. And I will never forget my sister, and I will always miss her, and I will always get emotional talking about her like I am now. But you know, if I want to talk to her, I know I can, even though I used to think that was fucking silly. People say you can talk to them, you know, they can hear you, and I used to think, oh, fuck off. But I can talk to her if I want to. You know, I look at her picture every day, and it does make me smile. There's so many times I smile when I talk about her, because she was just so fucking crazy. She was honestly like me, but 10 times nuttier. Although I don't know. Sometimes I feel a bit nuttier than her. But she was honestly just a typical big sister. She took care of everything. She was so organised. She was always there for you. You know, she would call you the worst names in the world, but if anyone else did it, she'd fucking kill them. You know, she was 100% the protective older sister, and I do miss that a lot. But it's terrible things happen in life, and there's no reason for it. You know, some people go, oh, there's a reason for everything. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for someone who was 31 years old to suddenly not be here anymore. And I can't make sense of it, and I still can't to this day, 2 years later. I can't make sense of what happened. I just can't. But I hope I'm doing her proud again by getting on with life, and I think I've mellowed a little bit over the last couple of years. Some people might disagree, but that's just the way it is. I do have other things I want to talk about, but I don't want to keep feeling sorry for myself, so I'm going to go now. I will try and record, I suppose, some more of my challenging myself. I was quite proud of that one back I think about 6 months ago when I went to see my friend up London. That was a big step for me. Maybe I'll do a day in the life of a diabetic. I'm diabetic type 1, to show you what I have to do daily with my diabetes, because it is a lot stricter now, and I'm actually taking care of myself properly now. Maybe a day in the life of my job. Let's show you what I get up to and how far you can come if you're anxious and you think you can't do certain things. Mate, if I can fucking do these things, you can. I'll tell you what, if I can do any of the things I'm doing, anyone can. So, yeah, stay strong, guys. Stay positive. That's what you can do in life. Stay positive and keep happy and do what makes you happy, and don't feel guilty about it. Don't have this survivor's guilt that some people have. Because it is hard, but it's life, and you will get through it, and you will enjoy your life. whatever you have of it, whether it's 10 years more, 20 years more, 30 years more, you will enjoy your life. And once you accept that things will just be what will be, you know, okay, sorry, it's that is life, and that will actually will then make you find peace. Love you guys. Thanks for listening to my rambling today. See you soon on my channel. Bye guys, missed ya.